God does not hate divorce. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel. Gospel singer Osinachi Nwachuk's death, reported to be a consequence of domestic violence, brought the issue of divorce to the fore. Expectedly, defenders of the oppressive patriarchal order have been mounting one of the few verses of the scripture they have managed to master. God hates divorce. It does not matter to them if marriage becomes a maximum security prison. They want people to remain in it so that their misery can entertain these Bible words. Like the part of the Bible that speaks on the wives submitting to their husbands, the use and abuse of Malachi 2 verse 16 is a mere protection by common fools seeking to oppress fellow humans. Truly, God was recorded to have said he hated divorce, but God was speaking to the men folk who exploited the lax marital laws to casually divorce their wife, thereby jeopardizing her social status. Such admonitions are not timeless. It spoke to the reality of Bible times when marriage laws barely protected women. The same verse in the Bible enjoined men not to be unfaithful to their wives. Those who bellow God hate divorce do not read the other part loud because they want to eat their Bible and still have it. God does not hate divorce. What God hates, and which that verse in the Bible states is, if read entirely and sincerely, is bad faith. When I have confronted men who like to beat everyone on the head about God's hatred of divorce with a contextual interpretation of that verse, they reach for another line of defense. Our African culture does not support divorce. They morph into truthless historians and start relating how their mothers were so satisfied with their marital lot that divorce was unheard of in their time. Then they go on to lament that today's women are no longer like their mothers because the influences of feminism and westernism have made them impatient, and that is why they opt for divorce cheaply. It does not take much to see their claims about the rise in divorce cases about their gut instincts, not because they are working with factual data. The assumptions do not square with history. As a society, our history is far more nuanced. Divorce did not start yesterday, and feminism is not to blame, at least not how this critics present it. While universally divorce must have been rare at some point, some historical records show that the late 19th century, well into the early 20th century, had high rates. For Yoruba land especially, the colonial era brought economic opportunities for women. Pursuing those potential entailed their self-extrication from the burdens of marriage. In 1903, Captain Sarah Hammond Elgi, a colonial administrator resident in Ibadan, noted that wives no longer afraid of their old penalties ran away from their husbands with impunity. Larry Denza, a historian who has written on the lives of African women, also recorded by 1920 divorce cases had so swarmed the native courts that the British administration had to set up a second court solely to deal with the overflow. Between 1939 and 1947, the number of divorce cases in the native courts of Ibadan division rose from 7,035 to 12,176. Unless any of those who blame feminism for corrupting contemporary marriages can show similar examples of a 73% rise in incidences of divorce in the present era, we can preemptively conclude that all the hoopla about the rising incidences of divorce is mere moral panic. None of these things are new. When people do not read their own history, they confuse signs for wonders. Well, divorce eventually, yes, divorce, some people have this mentality of women of nowadays are not patient. Now, can you see how patients have landed Osinachi to an early grave? On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.